Now the next topic is introduction to file input or output. Now input to a script will come from a data file that has been created by another source. It is useful to be able to store output in an external file that can be manipulated and printed later. There are basically three different operations or modes on files. Files can be read from, written to, and appended to. Now writing to a file means writing to a file from the beginning, and appending to a file is also writing but starting at the end of the file rather than the beginning. Now, we can use the load function to read and save function to write the files. Now writing data to a file. The save command can be used to write data from a matrix to a data file or to append to a data file. The format we can use is save space file name space MATLAB variable name space dash ASCII. The ASCII qualifier is used when creating a text or data file. The type command can be used to display the contents of the file. If you want to display the contents on the command window, just use a type command, write type space file name. This will display you the contents of that particular file. Must note that if the file already exists, the save command will override the file if you are going to save the file with the same name. Save always writes from the beginning of the file, not appending the file. Next is appending data to a data file. Once a text file exists, data can be appended to it. The format is the same as the preceding with the addition of the qualifier append. Like when we write a file, as I have shown here, we are using the format as save space file name space MATLAB variable name space dash ASCII. But when you append a file, you just type save space file name space MATLAB variable name space dash ASCII space dash append. If you are not using the append qualifier, this will save the file from the beginning. This will not append your file. Next is reading from a file. It is accomplished using load command. Once a file has been created, it can be read into a matrix variable. If the file is a data file, the load command will read from the file name .ext, like I have shown here, load testfile.dat, where testfile.dat is my data file. So I can get the variables like by writing who command. Like I have written who. This will shows that your variables are test file because my file name is the test file, and when I write test file, this will show me the entire elements, or we can say values, that I have already stored in my data file. The load command works only if there are the same number of values in each line so that the data can be stored in a matrix, and the save command only writes from a matrix to a file. So keep this in mind that load command works only when there are same number of values in each line, and save command only writes from the matrix to a file. It will write from the beginning. So this is all. Thanks.